Chiefs and Broncos. Broncos win this game, not even close. Chiefs didn't play any of their starters, basically. Denver wins this game 38-0. Top 5 graded players for the Denver Broncos. Quinn Miners at the very top of the list with an 87.3. Edge rusher Nick Bonito an 87.3 as well. Cortland Sutton with an 83.7. Wide receiver Devon Bailey with a 73.3. And then guard Ben Powers a 68.3. Bo Nix in this game, the highest graded player at a 90.3. On KC side of things, linebacker Blake Lynch with an 87.3. Safety Jaden Hicks an 80.8. Wide receiver Nico Remigio with a 77.3. Don't see Remigio's name up there very often. Cornerback Joshua Williams with a 71.3. And then offensive tackle Wanya Morris with a 67.8. Carson Wentz a 44.3 PFF grade. I figure we'll probably be pretty quick with this one. Stat told the story, or even just a bigger overall thought that you would have.
Just a kudos to Sean Payton here. The Broncos in this game, 0.886 EPA per pass, the 5th best by any team in any game this season, and 75.9% of their passes generated a positive EPA in this game, highest by any team in any game this season. What he's done with Bo Nix, and it's funny because I won't tell you I was super high on Nix at draft time. I had him as QB5 out of those 6 guys. Mm-hmm. But I think we all knew full well Bo Nix and Sean Payton just made sense. Right?
Yes.
It just made sense. And when Denver actually got to take him, I was like, okay, this is worth watching. This is we're going to see what happens here and how quickly Sean Payton can really turn this around. And they've done it. I mean, they have a legitimate threat in the passing game because they have a legitimate threat at quarterback. And I'll tell you what, you leave no doubt against a team playing backups here. Bo Nix, I mean, 26 of 29, 321, 4 touchdowns, 3 big-time throws. Running the ball, too, 7 carries, 47 yards. We've seen his mobility be an asset, I think, going all the way back to the preseason. And you see there, and I think the biggest thing that Sean Payton probably liked about him, and we've talked about this all year with the lack of turnover-worthy plays, Nix doesn't beat himself. And I think that's why they might be, obviously they won't be favored. They will be a heavy underdog in Buffalo in the first round. But the fact that Nix doesn't beat himself is huge. That's the first thing I think in NFL games especially that you have to do to win games is don't beat yourself. That 1.9% turnover-worthy play rate, 3rd lowest by a rookie in a regular season in PFF history since 2006. You look like you wanted to take a guess at the 2. Do you want to take a guess at the 2?
No, I actually don't know who. Since 2006?
Yeah. Third lowest turnover-worthy play rate as a rookie.
I have no idea. I don't want to have bad air, but
Russell Wilson.
God, I wanted to guess Russell Wilson, but I was like, did he have a ton of turnovers as a rookie?
Russell Wilson and Jaden Daniels.
Oh, you did that on purpose.
Well, of course I did.
Okay.
I mean, that's where we're at. Any other year, Bo Nix would win Rookie of the Year, but Jaden, I mean, he's got to win it. He's just been
probably
unreal.
He's probably going to win it.
But
Bo's deservingly second.
And nobody, I don't think anybody looks, and he's only gotten better as the season's gone on. Since week 8, 84.8 or 84.6 overall grade. I mean, that's big time top 10. He's played like a top 10 quarterback down the stretch here, and he showed it again in this game. And he's going to give them at least a puncher's chance in Buffalo next week.
My stat that told the story is the Broncos pass rush. I talked about this in the preview show with Carmen. That was the area that could truly just wreck this game. I thought, okay, well, hey, it's still the Chiefs coaching staff. It's still the Chiefs roster that Brett Veach has built, and it's still good players. But I said to myself, if this Broncos pass rush tees off on what is a unreliable Chiefs offensive line, even with their starters in there, then I don't think this game's going to be even close. And the Broncos have had the 2nd highest pass rush grade as a team over the last month. So they've been feeling themselves. And, well, they got after the quarterback in this game. 22 pressures, 72.0 pass rush win percentage as a team.
That'll do
72.0. It's nuts. You're winning on basically 3/4 of the time.
Poor Carson Wentz, man.
He was pressured on 13 of his 25 dropbacks.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? So to me, it was just the Broncos pass rush was playing so good that this was never going to be a contest. And then my most impressive is just Bo Nix and how well he played. You mentioned that the 3 big-time throws in this game were a lot of fun to watch. One of them was a sideline shot between cover 2, between the corner and the safety. Another one was a seam throw, a little too far away from where the single high safety could get to it, right over the linebacker or slot defender that was covering that. I can't remember, but it was a beautiful throw right there. And it's like, man, those are the throws that you want to see from Nix going into the postseason. That's the confidence that Sean Payton's going to, sit down with him at some point this week and be like, this is the quarterback we know you could be. And you know you could be it too because you attempted and completed these throws. So the Broncos are going to need Nix to step out of his comfort zone a little bit more than we have seen even this year. Now, he's got to still take care of the ball well, but if they're going to go on this playoff journey, I need a little bit more in the big-time throw category from him than we have seen on a week-to-week basis this year, but we certainly saw it this week. I don't have a most disappointing in this one. It's hard to have one. I like the Chiefs, we're bad, but they play their backups against the Broncos starter, so I don't really have it.
Yeah, the only thing I want to point out with the Chiefs, too, is just Najee Johnson. He's played a lot more than at corner than he's expected to this year. A couple of years ago, they really drafted him as more of a special teams ace, and he's been pressed into action at corner and gave up 5 catches and 107 yards in this game. But the Chiefs have opened the practice window for Jalen Watson, which I think is absolutely massive. I think we've seen teams kind of pick on Johnson all year. And again, it's a tough spot to be put in, especially in this secondary. For this Chiefs defense, the starting unit now to get Jalen Watson back, man, oh man. I mean, Steve Spagnuolo in the playoffs with a fully loaded defense. Good luck to you, especially in Kansas City.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure you like and subscribe the video. And if you don't have a PFF Plus subscription, you can get one to see all the premium stats that we talked about here on the show, plus the expert betting and fantasy advice over at subscribe.pff.com. The description is also right below, so if you are not a PFF Plus subscriber, you can become one today.